We're going live. Oh yeah, I guess I can just keep talking. It's sorry for the people. Sorry for everyone that's been waiting and waiting in the lobby. A minor technical difficulty getting the stream set up because it's been a minute. All right, so it's good to be back. Pot of gold, Mike, Grant, how we feeling?
Good. I'm happy we were able to figure out the live stream situation. The technical difficulties had to do with us dropping our subscription.
Not paying the bills.
We're not paying the bills anymore. So we have the dubbed down version, 720p. The clarity resolution here, the pixels. But I don't think it matters. I think it's all about the vibes, right?
No, we're a vibes podcast. We don't need to look that good. I mean, some people are looking a little more fresh than others, but
yeah, dude, I got a haircut. My boy Mickey down the road
cleaned you up nice.
Yeah, of course, Jersey.
I mean, a lot of things have happened.
Oh yeah.
Boys are back. What's up, fellas? Corey in the chat. Got a bunch of people trickling in here. Twitter people in the Twitter spaces piling in.
Grant, when did you get that hat? What is that?
1991.
Yeah. What is that? Get up close. Get in there. What is that?
This?
Get down. So wow. So that's like a triple decker of different fonts. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat.
And then
the eye on the side, though. I mean, that makes it look too new.
It's actually corduroy.
Oh wow. So you can't wear that until like January.
I mean, I'm wearing it right now.
That looks like a hat. That looks like a hat that your dad could pull out of his closet and be like, Mike, I've had this hat. I've had this hat forever.
And then you'd look at the eye and be like, no. Look at the eye.
My Twitter people are learning sarcasm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gerald's always defending whenever the Moffitt tweets go out, and I respect it. But honestly, I just love it. Like I want so many more. Nothing gets me more fired up than when people start talking shit about me not knowing LSU because Moffitt's been gone for a half decade.
For those that don't know, Brett running the Pot of Gold Twitter account usually puts out a statement about wait till Moffitt gets a hold of them in reference to anybody that's looking good, right? I mean, Dylan Carpenter, Sharpenshay, whatever we want to call him. I don't know why I said Sharpenshay, but Dylan Sharpenshay from out there in the Baton Rouge area. He looks like a stud, but wait until Moffitt gets a hold of him. Anyway, it's obviously a running joke. We know Tommy's not here anymore. We interviewed Tommy, you boneheads. But there is some fellows on Twitter that love to, school us and say to Brett and reply that if we knew anything about our program or our show that we run, we would know that A&M has Tommy Moffitt now.
You call yourselves an LSU podcast?
I can't tell you how.
What was the last one? The last one was like, "This is not good for y'all's brand," or something like that. Like, you're doing your show no favors by doing this.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I live off that. That's what keeps me going. Yeah, I mean, shit. A lot's happened. SEC Media Days. A lot of big splashes in the recruiting world. I think we've had 2 major championships in golf since we've last done a podcast. Shout out, Crushers Golf Club supporting the brand as always.
I didn't even know that was the hat you were wearing. I couldn't even see it. Turn it back around.
I knew you couldn't figure it out because I tried to hit you with it and you had no desire.
Get in there. I can't see it. I just have like the oh, that's sick. I actually like that a lot.
I can't wear it in public.
It's not like it's not like a phony big one. It actually looks kind of classy, which is the complete opposite of I thought how it looked. I thought it'd look like a T-ball team. It looks solid though.
I get embarrassed at home. Like I don't even wear this around my house. It just like sits on the shelf. I went and dug for it for this podcast.
You can play golf in it.
I mean, dude, showing up at Money Hill in this bad boy.
Certain courses. I don't know if you could. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could rock that at Money Hill. I feel like that's way more of like a Royal place. Like I feel like they've got a Royal definitely has like a Bryson DeChambeau signed poster somewhere.
Oh yeah, the Trump break 50 is just on loop in the clubhouse at Royal. Like it's just a continuous loop.
Royal certainly seems like somebody that would lean into the live side of things. You know. Anywho's, how about that?
Where to start? The Olympics. I've been watching a little bit of the Olympics, not as much as I like. I love watching volleyball. Like men's volleyball is one of the most. Dude, the women's volleyball, whatever. They're wearing leggings.
Might be the gayest thing you've ever said on this podcast.
No. Watch it. These dudes fly around. It's fucking insane.
I can never catch
indoor volleyball.
I can never catch like when it's airing. Like I never know like what's happening.
The
like,
timing is
during
crazy.
the day.
There is this guy on Twitter. He's like, here's my watch schedule for my day 3 Olympic viewing guide. And it's like the perfect, like 3:30 a.m. shooting, 5 a.m. diving. And he's got it all drawn.
Speaking of shooting, we did not cover the assassination attempt. That's another massive moment that has happened, since we've talked. It's been a couple months, and a couple months of nothing is actually a lot of shit unfolding here. Politics, sports, Javian Toviano. There's a lot to cover. Brett, I tossed you the softball.
I'm sorry. I was reading the Twitter comments under the pod. I have no idea what you said.
Who's the freak of the week?
Oh, Javian Toviano. It's
never mind. So Will Campbell, brutal. I believe, got the freak of the summer. I'm excited about Will Campbell, boys. I know we've been excited about Will Campbell for several years now. He's captained the team, yada, yada, yada. But there's something about that wink. There's something about that wink and squatting that 600 plus that just really builds some confidence in me to know that, like, this cat's, dude, there's something about having just like a stalwart at left tackle. Emory Jones at right tackle is like, 1B. He's incredible as well. But you have that for 3 years in a row. Like, this is the money year. This is the bag year, whatever. I really think that we're going to be very much dependent on the running game. Not dependent on the running game, but like the protection and opening holes. The O-line is going to be of extreme importance and extreme value, and it's led by that big ass motherfucker, 66. Just watching him all summer. Number 7. Yeah, sorry. 7. He's going to be a stud.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I feel like we're going to see a lot more of a ground game this year. Jaden Daniels obviously electric with his feet, but it didn't feel like it was a ton of like handoff big plays. And I think we're going to try to establish the run. And like, I cannot wait to actually watch a dominant offensive line.
Josh Williams.
It's something we've been, dude, Josh Williams just jumping through holes. He's kind of nasty in NCAA. We got him some decent.
Hey, Nuts said he's the most
stats.
Surprising player. Whatever he said, he's the most. Well, he said something about him at media days.
Surprising.
Yeah.
Surprised he's still here.
Josh is the most surprising player in NCAA. He's so much faster than he is in real life. It's amazing. Dude,
and don't forget about old Johnny Boy, the only remaining player from the 2019.
Emory is back for now.
44.
Number 44.
I'm excited about the offensive line.
Offensive line is going to be disgusting. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited to see DJ Chester at center. I've heard great things about him too. Like, he's somebody that we were able to pull in and develop a little bit. And now it's his time to shine. But he's got such like amazing bodies around him that could disguise any type of weakness. But I think he's going to be solid. So like, I'm not worried about the quote unquote newcomer in DJ Chester. I think the O-line as a whole is going to be nasty.
But also, it's like it's also like the only known quantity we have coming into this season. So it's like it's awesome, and I feel like our offensive line is going to be really good. But name me a position group you're like totally sold on that's not offensive line right now. It's like quarterback. Obviously, we believe nuts.
Mason
Yeah, there
Taylor.
you go. But
That's
like
it.
wide receivers as a group, like if we just talk receivers.
Yeah, I don't know, Bob.
Is Kyron Lacy a 1? Maybe. Is Aaron Anderson going to be able to do anything? Like there's question marks everywhere, and I feel like it's easy to like gush over the offensive line, but it's also like the only thing we can really talk about with like some confidence.
Yeah, there was a time though where Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors were kind of the unknowns. You know what I mean?
I think all these dudes are going to be. I'm pro. Like I think we're gonna have a good season. It's just like I can't
agree
tell
with
you with a straight face. I know our D line's going to be sick. It's like, do I think Womack and all these dudes are going to be legit? But I can't like sit here and tell you we're going to dominate from day one on the line. It's like
we're not going to that side of the ball yet, man. We might save that for a couple weeks.
fairly certain we're going to have a pretty dominant offensive line, and I just don't know that I can say that with such conviction about any other position group, even if I think we're going to be good.
Listen, this is, and I know I've been notorious for shitting on Josh Williams for 27 years now, but there is something to be said about his instincts and his pass protection skills and just his nose for the hole. He's got a nose for the hole. And he might not be that breakaway guy, but I tell you what, he is somebody that's dependable. And for a new quarterback, quote unquote, it is extremely valuable to have somebody in the backfield with you that knows this playbook.
He knows the protections. Yeah,
he knows the protections. He's smart. He's going to hit the right holes, whatever the case may be. He's going to get the tough yards. I think he is certainly somebody that needs to be depended heavily upon. Now, with that being said,
however,
35 pounds of muscle added on to Caleb Jackson is a statistic that needs to translate onto snaps and touches of the football, and let that kid fucking move. Let him run.
Well, when I think about Josh Williams, I think about, I guess it was the play in overtime where Jaden Daniels scores the touchdown and he lays out the block. Like there's always room. There's always snaps for a guy who's going to do those things. We're at a point in year 3 of recruiting and Frank Wilson that we shouldn't have to rely on that for 80% of the offense or whatever you want to call it. Like there is a spot for him. Josh Williams has been a great leader on the team. Like go through it. But his snaps should be reduced. Like we should start working in some of these other dudes. Like I think that's kind of where we're going with that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But at the same time, every single year that I've been like, what the fuck is Josh Williams doing back there? Like he's done something good at some point and gotten better. And then the next year he comes back and he's gotten better. Who's to say that like he comes back this year and it's like, it's Blake Corum. Like we've got a fucking Blake Corum out there, and it's like you can't get him off the field.
Donovan Edwards hanging out on the bench.
Well, yeah, right. Caden Durham is another back that is elite in the video game. And maybe it's just because of the practice situations that I do. Like if you do option attack in practice against a bullshit defense, like Caden Durham is gone. Like he's gonna, do the fucking Reggie Bush high arm swings, which is great. With that being said, running backs are not, all stars. We don't have the best running backs in the country returning. We're not on the cover of magazines with Leonard Fournette, but I feel like this season it's going to shift towards them, and the focus is going to be on those cats. And I think all of them have something to say about the rotation. O-line, like we talked about, is going to be incredible. Tight end's going to be sick.
I love that we didn't plan this at all, and we're just like running through position groups now.
Yeah, we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't.
We can't. No, we're gonna break it down in more depth.
I'm enjoying the convo, but it was just like, well, yeah, man, we got a lot to catch up on, like media days, and then we just start going. Josh Williams sucks.
No, let's shift gears to this. Let's stay on offense, because honestly, defense is something that like really needs to be dissected on like a person now. Like we know offense. offense. We know the dudes. We know everybody's name. Defensively, that's going to be like almost a full podcast. So let's just save the majority of like the position by position shit.
We'll get to all that
for later. I think wide receiver though is something we do need to discuss because it's not defined. We talked about that. Like, hey, is Lacy the number one? Probably, but like you bring in two transfers with CJ Daniels and Xavier. I keep saying Zion. Xavier Thomas. Does that mean reps are taken away from Chris Hilton and Aaron Anderson? Does that mean, you know, Samson hasn't stepped up, or is that just pressure to move Samson forward? Is Watkins, or who's the other kid? Kyle Parker. Is he going to get reps? Like, I'm sure I'm missing somebody as well, and one of those guys, but that's a lot of bodies, and that's a lot of guys. The two that we brought in that have a lot of experience.
Javin Nicholas.
Javin.
No, I mean, to kind of go back to what I was talking about earlier, it's like I think we have enough guys at wide receiver for me to sit here and be like, I think we can find 3. I think we can find 4 that are going to be able to have a good offense. I don't know which ones they're going to be. Like, I would love for it to be Aaron Anderson, but if we go another season where he like barely sees the field, I'm not going to be shocked. And so it's like I'm cautiously like optimistic because I think like some of these dudes are going to at least be good, and I think Nussmeier is going to give a lot of chances out there for those guys to go make plays.
I think to Brett's first point where he said these guys are improving. I mean, back to Kyren Lacy, he's done great things in spurts, and now he's going to be the guy. And then all these other guys we just listed, I mean, is CJ Daniels and Xavier Thomas, are they actually going to do what CJ Daniels is the only one that's really done anything production wise. Chris Hilton, he hasn't done any real production, and we're going to have to rely on him. I mean, none of these guys have produced. CJ Daniels has the most production on paper, but it was against what competition?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like someone's got to break out and separate themselves for this offense to be able to do what they need to do.
Yeah, I feel like it probably doesn't get thought about enough, but if you think about it, like Lacy and Hilton and Aaron Anderson, those are the guys that Nussmeier was throwing to all season last year in practice. You know, he's like, it's not like he's stepping in with like new wide receivers. The guys who are stepping into those positions are the number 2s from last year. So it's like, I think that there's going to be some good chemistry with a lot of that, like that kind of stuff.
Listen, you're going to find your 3 or 4 that are going to be your stalwarts out there, that are going to be every single snap. It's just the question is, who is it going to be? And I think we have a situation where it could be any of those guys. I'm not worried about the guys, right? It's just hard to like put a finger on if you had to call it today, not who's going to start against USC, but like by the time we play Oklahoma before going into the playoffs, who are your fucking bell cows at wide receiver? I can't call it, Bob. Yeah. I can't tell you. It could be Xavier Thomas. Who knows? Chris Hilton all of a sudden could have hands of glue, and you know, you pair that with his freak Olympic level athletic ability and speed, you could have an absolute monster at receiver this year coming up. Kyren Lacy could be, you know, the next Justin Jefferson. I mean, like shaking and baking and making moves. You never know. And then Aaron Anderson. He finally comes back from injury and he gets his chance. Like I think that's the other element to this offense too, is that if you've got all these guys competing for touches, I think you're going to find that Sloan and Cortez Hankton are going to find ways to get these guys involved in the offense in some form or fashion. If you've got Xavier Thomas that is, you know, running crisper routes, and he's got, you know, the H position or the Z position, whatever, nailed down, you could put Aaron Anderson in the backfield with, you know, Caleb Jackson, do a split back, you know, formation, whatever the case may be. I think the fact that you have young, creative co-offensive coordinators, you're going to have more input to get their position group involved in it. Meaning the wide receivers. So I think you're going to see a lot of hands on deck there. I'm very excited.
Hands on what?
Deck.
Big deck.
ECK. Trez Green, I'm looking forward to. I know
I was just scrolling through like a depth chart that someone posted on the droppings, and I saw his name and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that guy.
That's another just woolly mammoth, just a big dog out there that, he's listed at tight end, but the cat is, I don't know, like he is what we wanted Stefan Sullivan to be. But like coming in as a true freshman. And a little bit bigger and more athletic.
And you have Pimpton as been in the program for a year and a half now.
I'm out on Pimpton.
There's just so many matchups. Like you look at this and you just gotta hope that, like you talked about, getting Hankton's and those guys having a say in it. I hope we're one of those teams that's just like, yeah, we're going to put the 6-7 tight end in and a bunch of these like red zones and stuff, like, and not just these are our 3. This is what we do. It's like, yeah, if everyone steps up like Neighbors and Thomas, it's like, sure, let's keep them on the field all day. But if it's like no one's really tearing it up, the alpha, like I hope we do kind of get cute with some of these and like try a bunch of things out.
Let us not forget Mac Markway. Let us not forget.
I have to move him out of the depth chart every game so I can get Pimpton in on the double tight end sets.
Yeah.
Mac's the one. He looks good in a uniform, right? Isn't he kind of swole?
Oh, yeah.
And he's like a 4.0 guy, isn't he?
It. Yeah. He's from Missouri.
Not in the 40.
Yeah, no, he's certainly a weight room warrior, but he's good, dude. He's got hands. We've seen him catch some balls. I think it's just exciting to have that amount of depth at a tight end position, where you can flex those guys out on all kind of special teams.
Speaking of flex,
I mean, deep into games where you've got some injuries, whatever the case may be. Like we've got some good depth here. It's year 3 in the BK era. You need depth at all positions of importance, and he's got that, and he's got quality depth there.
Speaking of tight ends, Grant, did you go hang out with Lon and Mason Taylor?
They were at Loft 18, and
I didn't know.
Right?
I didn't know what tight ends you were about to refer to, but
is that
going back to volleyball? Going back to the men's volleyball.
Men's volleyball. I did not go see. I did not go get their autographs or hang out or kick it or play golf or whatever.
Dude, I would have had the Weeks brothers sign my chest.
Who was the other kid he was with? The guy from St. Paul's, the defensive tackle or something.
Preston Hickey.
Is that who it was? I thought it was. What was your boy's name?
Mickey Johnson?
Mickey Johnson.
Oh, stop.
Mickey Johnson was there, dude.
Houston Bates?
Houston Bates was the one I was trying to come up with.
I was thinking of Mickey Johnson. What's where is he?
Best D-line in the state.
Mickey Johnson? I think he sells cars in Shreveport.
No, I was talking about the other kid.
Bates?
Preston Hickey, that's who it is.
Preston Hickey. I think did he walk on?
He transferred from Oklahoma State. That's what it is.
Preston Hickey.
Yeah, this is.
We need all the help we can get on the D line. There he is.
There he is. St. Paul's.
Yeah, I read on Twitter somewhere that he woke up every morning and went to Franco's at 4 a.m.
Well, they don't open till 5.
Yeah, he waited.
Was he cleaning the toilets? No,
he waited outside with his milk jug full of water.
Sign me up. Sign me up. I hope it works. Give me anybody.
Wait, he played it.
He played at Duke.
Never mind.
So now defensively, we'll get into that a little bit more. I think offense is just kind of on our minds right now because we've been playing the video game. And at the same time, like we have a better foundation there. We're way more established on the offensive side of the ball. I'm excited about defense of the staff changes. Like obviously we talked about that for quite a few shows in the offseason about all of the incredible additions that we made on the defensive side of the football staff wise. I think at the end of the day, man, we're not going to be worse. I mean, that's clear as day. We are not going to be worse on defense. If you can get guys, it's all about coaching. We've got some players out there, man. We really do have some studs. if Duke's defense can be coached up to an elite level last season, if Iowa's defense can be ranked where they are, if Wisconsin's defense can continually be ranked where they are, there's no reason why you can't put together an elite staff with the current roster that LSU has and improve, is all I'm saying. And I really think we're going to see improvement.
You didn't spend all that money for guys who could just go recruit. Like you did it for guys who could actually figure it out like immediately.
Yeah,
hopefully.
And you've got guys there. That has been the issue the past few seasons, is like looking at guys like Mason Smith and being like, what the fuck happened here? Like how does this dude look like the biggest, laziest dude on the field? It's because he's not being coached. He had Pete Jenkins like, getting dropped off by visiting angels every day. Like we needed like coaching him up, right? Like we have to be able to coach up the talent that we have coming through the door. And I think we're finally going to be able to see that. Now, we've got a Dominic McKinley. We've got,
Dylan Carpenter.
We've got Dylan Carpenter there.
Deshaun Womack.
We've got Womack. We've got some studs on the defensive end. But, like, we've got some transfers that came in here that are ready to roll. I think Suggs is going to be – we're going into the roster, and I don't want to do this right now.
Too bad we're here.
The point is – we do have bodies that are just itching to be coached. And I think they're going to make plays. And we're going to be in a position to make plays. We have to simplify this fucking defense, man.
Wait, who is Suggs?
Suggs is a transfer. Yeah, I think he might have even been a JUCO cat.
Terrell?
I think he's a grad transfer is the only thing I have.
I don't think anyone needs to know his first name. You got a defensive lineman with the last name Suggs. That's it.
Oh,
JVR.
JVR. That's the one from Grand Valley State. Okay.
He's got some pop to him. Who's the cat? Who's the cat that we got from New Orleans that went to Georgia?
John Emery.
He transferred back in, defensive tackle.
Like he played for the Georgia?
For the Dogs. Sean Alexander.
Major Burns. Oh.
Sean.
Sean.
I think it's Sean, but
Sean Washington.
East
Mississippi Community College.
I always confuse him for whatever reason with Bear Alexander, the other dude that transferred to USC. And he's the USC D tackle. Anyway, Sean Washington is probably going to be one of our starters at defensive tackle as well. Dude, find me Sean Washington's film anywhere. It's not there, dude. You can't do it
because he played for no one last year.
No. He was on a squad.
East Mississippi Community College. What you call it? Scuba.
Did they just not they don't have cameras there?
No one had an iPhone.
Coach Brown left. He took the cameras with him.
It's like he didn't. I don't know. Like I can't give any type of best guess on what we're getting out of this cat because I've never seen him play, but like he looks solid. He's comes from, I don't know. I think he went to Carr maybe. Like he's one of the New Orleans cats. He signed with Georgia. He was like a 5-star as a sophomore. Like, but I've never seen him play football. So
never taken a snap.
Like it's going to be exciting to see what he can do. I think linebacker is going to be
Warren Easton.
He went to Warren Easton. Same thing. Linebacker is going to be elite. I think we've got some great depth there. A lot of great feedback so far about West Weeks, not just Witt, but West is starting to make a difference. I don't really know what that means though. We've just been lifting weights and running. So, maybe it's more of a vocal leadership standpoint, but I feel like that's really what he walked into this program being. So we'll see how real that is. But the Weeks brothers.
I'm interested to see Greg Penn and Fearless Leader. I think you're like a minute behind in the chat because you just answered the question we got to a while ago. So you'll catch this. I'm very interested to see Greg Penn's a guy who's played a lot of football, who maybe, a lot of people are down on. And it's like, can Baker come in and turn that dude into just like a really solid linebacker for us? is that someone who's going to be one of those like, oh shit, like he was actually good. I don't know. If not, sure, hopefully the weeks. But yeah, I feel like we're going to be good at linebacker.
We're going to be really good at linebacker, and we really recruited very well at linebacker. The freshman class of linebackers look really good. I think it's like Xavier Adkins is one of the cats in there that looks really good. Tylen Singleton is another one. I think there was a third one as well.
Keys.
Devon Keys. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of young talent there. And that, you know, tells me like we have a lot of top end talent that's going to be exiting pretty soon. So like they're going to be capitalizing on that. They're going to be performing at a high level. Obviously, Perkins is one of, if not the best defensive player in the country. We have to make sure he's in the right position to succeed. He's a sick athlete, and I think he deserves all the recognition he can garner. And I think Blake Baker is the best option to pull that out of him. We need to simplify this defense and teach the basics. These cats need to learn how to fucking tackle again. They need to learn how to like take proper angles. Like there was so many times last year where it was nothing to do with what the hell we were doing. Sure, we had blown coverages, whatever, but like stopping people on the line of scrimmage at the point of attack was like asking somebody for $1 million. It just was not. It was not going to happen.
Bad scheme with bad execution is a filthy combo.
Yeah, no fundamentals. So like get back to basics, fundamentals, and then understand what these kids are capable of learning on the fly and get some stops. That's it. I mean, just get some stops, man. We're not asking this to be fucking Georgia. We're not asking to be Bama 2014. Like we're looking for just a solid ass defense that can
rely on our offense. You know, just get a couple turnovers, get a stop, hold them to some field goals, and we'll play the fight song all night.
Some exciting guys in the defensive backfield that I am looking forward to.
Major Burns
is Deshaun Spears, also known as Deshaun McBride. He changed his name to Deshaun Spears. I think that cat is going to be the next great safety for us. I've heard some comparisons to like the Eric Reeds of the world. He comes in ranked around the same build, body size. I don't know if he's going to come
6'3".
Yeah, I don't know if he walks in and starts immediately, but I think with the coaching turnover, I think it's an open slate for everybody, and it should be. And if you can get a cat that catches on to the scheme quick enough, and if Deshaun Spears is a guy that can do that, I think he should be starting at safety at some point. And then obviously you've got the cat from A&M that transferred over originally out of Baton Rouge,
Denver Harris,
Gilbert,
Jardine.
I mean, like you said, I mean, talk about being able to go grab a spot. Like looking at this, it's just like, man, someone go take some of these spots. Like it is open competition, I feel like, in the next 30 days until we play USC.
You remember when we started like really screwing around and like maybe it was like 08, 09, might have been like 09, where we were in school and it was just like, man, there's something lacking here. Like there's something about this defense that like they're just not hitting their and that's when Les was like, all right, big cat drill, and like he started that whole like we need to be more physical at practice
once Craig Stelz left.
And then
the 2011 team happened.
Well, then Chavis like did the whole fucking like gauntlet drill with the DBs. I feel like you can't do those things anymore in the world we live in to an extent, but I feel like that is what this defense needs, and that's what we're about to see in this fall camp from the defense is physicality and fundamentals. They need to step it up to the next level. And if you can get one of these younger cats to perform like Jalen Mills did as a freshman and come in there and rip someone's head off, or Jalen Collins rip somebody's head off in the fucking gauntlet drills and then start as a freshman, like this might be one of those types of years where you just see like a whole different side of a defense from just a physicality and a fundamental standpoint. And I think that makes all the difference in the world on the trajectory of where the program goes.
Yeah, I agree. I want to see some fight. Brian Kelly can say that we're all brothers and we don't fight. I kind of want to see some fights. Like I kind of want us to have a little bit of that fuck you edge on defense again.
Well, in the confinement of production. Like not, you know, there's a difference between just like popping off because like you got your ass beaten coverage and like you're starting to fight versus
competition.
Yeah, like I just fucking stuffed your ass in the hole and there's a scrum. You know what I mean? Like let them battle it out because we're spotting the ball again and we're doing it again. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of like August fall camp shit that has you itching to go against your opponent September 2nd. And it's like let's take this out on USC, but let's refine this energy, let's refine this aggression, and let's utilize it to the best of our abilities. We are the better athletes. We have the better team. I mean, like that's not a question. If you go back and watch the fucking USC spring game, it's a shit show. But that doesn't mean anything to me anymore because we've seen that happen the past 4 years in a row with openers. It doesn't matter what the other team looks like. Now, Florida State, granted, was sick last year. I'm not talking about that. But Mississippi State, UCLA, Florida State year one, we're the better team. We had the better athletes. I felt like we underperformed. You have to be able to capitalize on this month. You have to be able to prepare and execute and go out and be the better fucking team against USC. If you can do that, I really think that we have a target on our back. Brian Kelly has a target on his back. He's the old washed up white guy that hasn't won a national championship and people, quote him as overrated.
What does he want?
Right. But like, aside from like 4 games against 2 of the best Alabama teams in the history of their school and 2 of the best Clemson teams in the history of their school, Brian Kelly's done pretty fucking well for himself.
Manti Te'o's girlfriend passing away.
All that to be said, you can change a lot of narratives very, very quickly if you go out and take care of business against USC.
And can we like sit back and think about how sick our staff is? Like if Sloan can call plays, we have the nastiest coaching staff in America.
That is a scary if. Like we're
very big.
We're all just kind of glossing over the fact that Sloan's never done this.
I believed in Jake Peets. I was a full believer in Peets and that he was going to guru his way into being a stud, so it won't get me again.
Well, so, okay, I say he's never done it. Sloan's been an OC before. It's fine, but like this is a big job. This is a big ask. It's not like we've yanked over Lincoln Riley
also,
to call plays for us.
I think it's a huge advantage for everyone, but for us that Sloan's first year we have headset communications for the first time. I think that's a massive thing where it's like we don't have to worry about getting the play in super quick so the people on the sidelines can get the signals and do all the subs. It's like we can be in each other's, be in the quarterback's ear and fire it off. I feel like that has to be easier than the way play calling has been done for forever in college.
This year is so important for Joe Sloan in his career and where he goes from here. If he can call solid plays this season and get us into the playoffs with this offense,
he's a head coach.
He signs Bryce Underwood. Because Bryce Underwood's coming here for Joe Sloan. Like, and that's no secret. They've talked about that a lot. He loves Joe Sloan. He's going to stay for Bryce Underwood because that motherfucker comes in here and that's his meal ticket anywhere he wants.
To the Alabama job in 2.5 years.
Whatever. That's fine because that means that we did something great, right? We've got another Heisman Trophy winner. We've won a national championship, whatever. But I think Bryce Underwood's not coming here if we flop this season.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's one of those deals. Like we're recruiting at such a high clip right now nationally. It's one of those delicate lines we have to walk. It's like, this is excellent. This is incredible. But this is the year where you have to overachieve a little bit in order to like get a little bit of that capitalization on that good class. Then you get that, you sign that 25 class, even if it's just as is right now. We're having a fun time talking.
We're Clemson. We're Dabo running it.
Have you been watching any crazy videos or anything, or just playing video games? Like, have you been watching any like old games?
I was gonna say crazy videos is a broad topic here, Mike. I don't think we need to get into my algorithm.
Well, what I'm saying is like, there's not a lot going on right now. And so you could stumble into, like I did,
2016 hype video,
Australian dudes reacting to college football entrances. And I'm just like fucking watching Virginia Tech jump around and get ready to go.
Yeah,
and
I've been
it's got me
dabbling.
excited, like without even watching a game, like just crowds, just college football crowds.
I've been dabbling in those like best highlights of 2023, and it's just like Shadur Sanders, you know, doing the stanky leg on people and stuff out there, just dotting them up. But
he's a beast in the game.
He won the Heisman. And then I don't know, I need to go look because I was offered the Colorado job after Shador, so I don't know if, you know,
they're like 90s across the board.
But yeah, I'm starting to get excited. There's a part of me that's like super excited for this 12-team playoff, especially after kind of seeing it halfway play through in the video game of like, there's a lot of good matchups here, and it's just going to be like endless, cool national championship type games for like a month and a half. And then there's also a part of me that's like, if we're down 17-0 in the third quarter to USC, I'm like, well, we could still make the playoff. Like this game means nothing. And so it's like, I'm a little apprehensive for like how the week to week's going to feel, but it should be fun.
But yes, it's not going to be perfect. There is going to be like that sense of, you know, would this actually matter? Does this actually matter? Whatever. But it's football. Like at the end of the day, it's like we are so hungry for it that it doesn't matter if that game doesn't matter or not. It's Georgia versus Florida, right? Yeah. And we're, you know, the crowd's going crazy, and it's going to be a sick game, and the competitiveness about beating the other team, regardless of what transpires. Transpires.
You've been on Twitter too much, Mike. Stay away.
Regardless of what transpires after that game, it's that moment, it's that competitive advantage of beating the other team that I think is still going to be exciting regardless of what the playoff structure looks like. I think it's awesome. I cannot wait for that amount. Like we have the 14 playoff whatever that we've been doing. Those two games are it's amazing. I love it. I love watching those playoff games, regardless if it's a fun game or not, or competitive or not. It's still hype around what still is the best sport in all sports.
I just think about gathering around a tailgate because, oh shit, South Carolina's got a field goal to absolutely crush Georgia's entire season. And like that's a part of college football that I love so much. Like Clemson has the ball down 4, and like if they don't win, see you fucking later, Dabo. Yeah. And it's like now it's just like, well, yeah, but I mean, just, you know, clean it up against Georgia Tech, win the ACC, and you know, you're fine.
And they're back in. But they still have 3 rounds of the playoffs where it could happen again.
For sure.
I think that's the only difference. It's like, I get your point. Absolutely. But I think the counter argument to that, where like, you know, back in the day, like LSU beat Bama. Well, guess what? They still got to fucking play them in the SEC championship or whatever. Well, now you got multiple rounds of the playoffs where Bama might not be able to just coast all the way through every single one of those games, and they're going to be playing decent competition. And I think that's the exciting thing, in my opinion, about this year is, one, the King's dead, right? So like Saban.
You see DeBoer like trying to punch balls out with his little dummy,
dude. It took me 10 seconds of watching Alabama's practice today, and I was like, they're toast.
We're so money.
Recruits are flipping left.
They're right. So hard to just keep everything the same. It's like, guys, you got to take your own fucking path here.
Except we have Roll Tide Willie fucking recruiting for us. It's like, guys, did you see that video of him like giving? He was like, this is the first Alabama jersey in history with your name on it. And guys like, sick. Dude, it's rough. And it's just like, I don't know.
No,
I was so anti the whole like Brian Kelly culture fit and like culture doesn't matter. And now I'm all in on like the culture fit is wrong. Like it's gonna blow up. That's what
I think it's there's something about the culture fit situation where it's different in Alabama because the culture was of an individual. It wasn't just about Alabama. It was about Nick Saban. Like, and so no one is going to fit that. Like, no one's going to fill those shoes. And so someone like Kalen, or is it Caden or Kalen?
Kalen.
Yeah,
DeBoer.
like a woman, Kalen. So
we can't say that anymore.
No, I have I have a female friend that's name is Kaylin. It's a woman's name. But Kalen DeBoer, he's just not a good fit there, man. It is what it is. I think he's a good coach.
You know how soul crushing it's going to be if they're just number 5, just right there in the college football playoff.
And guess what? If they are, it doesn't mean that they're going to win fucking back-to-back national championships. Like, it's one of those deals where they're going to be competitive because it's Alabama and they're going to recruit well. And there's going to be guys that make plays regardless of coaching, regardless of motivation, and regardless of what Saban has done there. But they're going to be due for multiple losses. They're not going to run the table on people anymore. And that's the exciting piece, is there's going to be some type of parity in the game, but it also opens a door for someone else. I know Kirby's the guy, right? And like Georgia is that.
We need to be the people who like put together the Netflix documentary on like how terrible the UGA program. Like, we got to get them fired or something.
Yeah, he's recruiting at like such a weird level that it's like, what? Like, that's the only one that I'm worried about, where it's like, this is a monopoly again. Like, we're back in the same fucking situation. But there's too many games now. I feel like they're gonna slip up.
Well, and all of these, honestly, like all these elite teams, you know, I would throw LSU in that mix. But with all these games, you're one injury away from being. I mean, look at Florida State. Florida State, it's like, think about, and then adding 4 more games on top of like your quarterback breaking his collarbone or tearing a knee, or your star, you know, it's like there's just going to be a lot more. I don't know if randomness would be the right thing, but it's like anything can happen.
And it's hard to keep those studs on the bench. This is long gone are the days of, you know, Vince Young and Colt McCoy and Cam Newton and Tim Tebow. And, you know, I mean, Ryan Perrilloux and Jamarcus, like whatever the case may be, like you don't have studs lined up where if there's an injury, you can just plug and play another fucking dude that's going to take you to the promised land. So it does shed some risk. What's up?
Are you going to see more teams now with these those top teams that know like, okay, they're going to be in the playoffs those last, you know, 3 to 4 weeks of the season? Like, okay, we have Vandy the second to last week of the season. Are you going to start seeing teams bench half their starters, you know, trying to, or play them like not as much late in the season? That could also,
I mean,
like, you know, if you have a South Alabama week 12, you know, or you're just going to take it light on them and make it a closer game just to save your people, you know?
No, I think you're definitely going to see it. I don't think you're going to see NFL type where it's like Burrow, Chase, this guy, that guy are all out today because they've locked up the division. You know, I don't think it's going to be to that extreme. But yeah, I mean, I think you kind of, it's a lot more games. And then you're like throwing a conference championship on top. And then 2 weeks later, you're playing this team. And then a week later, you're playing the Oregon. And then a week later, you got, you know, it's just like you kind of have to manage that type of stuff, even if it's just like running back carry. I don't know. It's different. There's no doubt that the last month, you know, December and January is going to be awesome. I'm just worried that September through November is not going to be as cool. It's like the NFL, whatever. I don't care at all to watch the NFL week to week. Like, I just don't. I love the NFL playoffs because it's like, oh shit, this is big boy football. And it's like, I just don't want it to be that, where it's like every Saturday, I'm just like, I don't care that Oregon's playing Ohio State because who cares? Like, yeah, it's fine. I'll see that again.
But at the same time, the NFL, they don't do themselves any service by, you know, the divisions that they're in, right? And the split the split conference or whatever. Like it's with college football, I mean, it's top 12 overall, right? And so I really think
kind of.
It is kind of. We need to be able to see how the rankings go in year one, though. I think before we not crap on it. I know that's not what you're doing. I know there's just reservations before getting excited. I understand. But I really think we need to give it a shot of seeing, like, I think the week to week does matter, because if we come out, like if we come out, let's say we lose to USC, what's really going to happen here is like your preseason rank is going to mean everything. Like you're going to go into this season and like, what are we, 13 or whatever?
Yeah.
You beat USC, you move to, I don't know, maybe 11 or 10.
10 yeah.
You lose to USC, you're fucking 22. You know what I'm saying? And like, then you're fighting your way, clawing your way back week to week to get closer to 12. I think that is the difference with that in the NFL, where it's like, oh, well, we won our division, and you know, Saints versus the Patriots week 3 like doesn't fucking matter. But like with college, it does. I don't know.
I had a
go ahead, Grant.
I've been sitting on this interesting stat that I found with that depth chart that y'all were referring to.
Which one?
It had everyone's snap counts on there. Which returning player do you think had the most snaps? I mean, if you're looking at it, obviously you might see it, but
I was looking at it. I had no idea what that number was.
Has the most.
Which returning player? They have a column on there for number of snaps played last year.
I would have. It feels like this isn't the answer, because
wouldn't it be Will Campbell? I mean,
or I was going to say Major Burns, but
Will Campbell is second to Major Burns.
Okay, I was going to say I feel like you wouldn't have asked and been as surprised if it was Major Burns. But yeah,
and Greg Penn is like third.
Greg Penn would have been my second guess. I didn't think about Will Campbell. Actually,
is this overall?
Yeah, for the whole season.
Just for the season, and not the career, like total snap.
Yeah, just last season period. Who had the most?
That was still Major. Interesting.
Major by a lot.
I think our defense had a lot more snaps than our offense, probably.
Should have been a defensive player. Yeah. Damn, guys. Well, we're getting close.
Yeah, we're getting there. Close. All the Florida State talk reminded me of a tweet I saw earlier today of like, it was like, this is how LSU opened the season against Florida State. And it was that like delay wheel flood to Contraford Bradford. And I was just like, that feels like it was years ago.
That was last season.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Jeez, 55 yards.
I was like, that feels at least like 3 years ago.
Yeah, dude. I've moved 5 times since then.
Had a heart attack since then.
Yes, I have. Oh man. Yeah. Contraford Bradford. Rest in peace. But yeah, dude, we'll see. I don't like thinking about Florida State at all. I never had any ill will against the Seminole tribe until the past 2 years. And it's just been, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm glad we're not playing them anymore. I'm excited for the USC matchup because it's something different and fresh. I hate that we have to do it, but it's better than fucking playing Florida State again. Now, then we have to.
I just wish we fucking went to USC. I wish USC came here. Like I hate the neutral site.
Neutral stupid.
Like Vegas, cool. I still think I'd rather LSU go to the Rose Bowl, and I feel like I still would rather a home game against USC.
Yeah,
absolutely. If all those stories didn't come out about USC trying to get out of that game, I would be so stoked for this game. But I dread it every day I wake up. I'm just like, it's gonna happen, just like it has for the last 2 or 3 years, where we sit around on Saturday and laugh at Florida for losing to Utah, and laugh at Clemson, and laugh at this school, and then Sunday comes and we just are on fucking stage for America to just make fun of us on Twitter. And I feel
that's where this is coming from for you. This is 100%. This is Twitter trauma. This is literally Twitter trauma.
We said, I mean, I just think about how we just made fun of all these teams Saturdays, and then Sunday came around and the entire world's watching. They're like, haha, Brian Kelly grinding on D'Angelo Peterson. Not D'Angelo Peterson, but
Howard.
What was his name?
Oh, Danny Lewis was the
Danny
tight end.
Lewis. Yeah. But it's just like, and now it's just
He
going to be like USC didn't even want the game, and LSU still couldn't beat them, and it's just like it drives me nuts. I think about it every day.
We're gonna beat them. We're gonna beat USC.
Is Lane back or not? Lane is fuckface back.
I think Lincoln is gonna be on the fucking hot seat because of us.
But how do
I know that?
No, but where do you go if you're USC? It's like you can't just say, "Oh, we hired like the not elite." Like you went out and got the quote unquote best coach available. It's like, so if you can't do it now, what are you doing?
They're going to lose to LSU. They're going to lose to Notre Dame. They're going to lose to Oregon. They're going to lose to Michigan. They're going into fucking Big Ten. I don't know. I
think that's something I'm actually like super excited about is this wild ass Big Ten of just like Oregon flying into Michigan or whatever.
I don't know how that's going to work long term. I don't understand that. I understand the money aspect of Oregon getting all these cats, like all the recruits piling in. But can you imagine signing up to play in Eugene, Oregon, and then like every other week you have to fly to fucking Pennsylvania and shit? It's like, dude, that is brutal, and that's going to take its toll.
Those kids showing up to a Penn State night game, like they don't do that shit on the West Coast.
Well,
also like 3 hours difference. You're playing an 11 o'clock game in Happy Valley, and it's 8 o'clock local time.
And then going back to just fucking, Free Willy land after, like it's just,
and then just lining up against Wisconsin when they're gonna. I mean, I guess they're used to Stanford running the ball like 9,000 times a game. So
there's just something to be said about the exhaustion of the logistical component of the whole thing, not from like the operators, but from the fucking kids. Like that's gonna, I don't know.
Speaking of Big Ten, shout out UCLA coach at media days, just being like, we're in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
we wear blue.
Sissy blue. I'm not worried about that game.
Well, I was just about to ask, what do we think about that game? How are we feeling about that game?
It's one of those
at home, but
we have a lot bigger problems if we lose to UCLA at home. Like, there's a lot bigger issues to think about than just like a singular game.
Dude, their schedule goes at LSU, home against Oregon, at Penn State, all in a row.
That's gross.
I don't know why I just thought of this, but like, do you remember how lame it was when Brian Kelly, his first year, when Sevyn Banks like broke his neck right out of the gate, and like he goes in the locker room, he's like, "Do it for your brother, Sevyn." And like he started like getting like everybody was just like, "I don't even know this cat." Like he just transferred. I don't know why. Something about the UCLA game kind of brought that up because I could see Brian Kelly pulling some kind of like cheesy motivation about like, this is what they did to you back in 2021.
John, you remember that? Points to Emory.
Major, you too. This was pre-neck roll Major.
Yeah,
dude. US team. Major Burns, I think he was.
Yes, he had to be.
I guess.
Oh no, he was at Georgia at the time.
I was gonna say I don't think he was there.
When was his first season at LSU? I guess it was 2. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, he was at Georgia for a couple of years. No, here's my take before we like dive into anything to do with the USC pregame and all that shit later a few weeks. But Lincoln Riley is one of the best offensive minds in the game. There's no denying that. Everyone understands that. That's not an argument. Sarkisian, Kiffin, Lincoln Riley. You can name a handful of others.
Denbrock.
But if you really dissect Tom Herman, if you really dissect what has made him so great, it's been like elite quarterbacks. And Miller Moss is not Caleb Williams. He's not Jalen Hurts. He's not Baker Mayfield. I mean, like
Kyler Murray.
Ooh. Like there's a lot of those types of quarterbacks that when he hasn't had them, it's been whatever. And he's never had a defense. I mean, like we're not even going to like start discussing that. But offensively, if you're trying to find a weakness in Lincoln Riley, it's been when he doesn't have the best quarterback in the league. And I don't think Miller Moss, I think that's his name, right?
I know it's Moss.
It is Miller Moss.
Yeah, Miller Moss and Zachariah
That's amazing.
Branch. That's Zachariah Branch is elite. The receiver, punt returner, stud. That dude's sick. But Miller Moss, that cat right there, you can't let that get you. You can't let that one get you, and I don't think he will.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But he's also very similar to Garrett Nussmeier. He's also like, he's strong-armed. He's one of those guys that can move around decent in the pocket. He's not a runner, but he's one of those like elite passers that you don't know much about. He's played backup most of his career. He's gotten in some situations where he looked good, but then also like he's never taken the reins as a starter. A lot of unknowns. So I don't really know. I'm going off on the kid, but like it's very comparable to Nuss in a sense.
It's very, very nice to not have to be sitting here all summer thinking about like Caleb Williams is just gonna dice us up every play. Like that is nice. So it's easy to say like this dude, because he's not gonna be Caleb Williams. He could be a good quarterback, but I don't know. I'm excited. What are we, like 32 days out, 31 days out? Like we're getting there.
I don't know, dude. I stopped doing the jersey countdown in 2011.
There's one podcast that
still have it on my resume though.
Yeah, started the jersey countdown on Tiger Droppings back in the day, and then I fucked up. Didn't keep it going.
Let's see, Tiger Stripes.
I think I saw
32.
I thought I saw 32 today. I mean, that's
Jaden finds Mason Taylor for 32-yard touchdowns.
Who is number 32?
Charles Scott.
That's an interesting number.
Who's on this year's team?
Yes.
32 is Joseph Ebon, redshirt freshman.
So no one's got it.
Oh, no. And Aaron Burrell plays kicker.
Oh, the kicker.
Look at that. Aaron Burrell.
We do have a kicker named Aaron Burrell. Who is our starting kicker?
The Hispanic Ramos.
Hispanic. You've been watching too many Trump rallies, Grant. What is going on,
dude? What are you up to? What's in your algorithm, bro?
French. He's Mexican, right?
Yeah, I think so. It should be a fun year, dude. It should be a wide open year. I think another thing to discuss, and this is all just like stuff we can table and dive into later, but like let's just throw it out there. Dan Lanning's got a lot of hype right now.
It makes me want to sell. It makes me want to sell all Oregon. Like if we were in the stock market, I'd be buying every Clemson share I could and just offloading Oregon. It feels too easy. It feels like it's too much to be like, this guy's great. He told Bama to fuck off. And he's going to have infinite money. And he's just going to win every national championship. Nike, Oregon, Big Ten. Like, it's just, I can't. Like, I've always
all
loved
about it. He's got them circled as the next program that's going to dominate college football. Dan Lanning is like the next up and coming best coach. Oregon's got all the money. There's something there. And I think it might be this whole joining the Big Ten situation.
I'm with you.
This could be a flop.
I've loved Oregon my entire life since Joey Harrington was on the cover of NCAA. Like if any team outside of LSU was going to rise up, like I would pick Oregon probably in the top 2 or 3 of them, non-LSU. And I just feel like I'm out now for some random reason. It's like I love the guy, I love the coach. I would wish he was our coach, and at the same time, it's like I'm out.
Yeah, there's something there that doesn't sit right with me. I think it's because too many people are jumping in. Like there's too much on that wagon right now, and we've got the Saban void, and so it's like anybody that's got a little hype right now is just like the next guy. Big thing.
Yeah, this is the next 20 years of college football. Is Daniel Lanning?
Yeah, Dan Lanning's going to own it up in Eugene. I don't know, who knows, but that would
probably going to be wrong, and they're going to be what they're probably going to do is they're probably going to be sick, get into the playoffs, and like not win.
Yeah, and it's just also weird that like Phil Knight's probably about to die. And like it took all this time, and like he's on his deathbed, and like now we're gonna see the fruits
of all times to just unload the bag. Like, why not a decade ago?
It's weird.
Why not the second NIL started to be like, oh, well, if that's the case, here's Infinity Check.
Ole Miss has a lot of hype this season. Lots of hype with Ole Miss.
I think the LSU Ole Miss game is like one of the biggest games of the year of playoff implications, like for anybody.
Didn't they already put out that it's a night game?
Maybe all of our games are like night games.
Yeah, I think it's a night game in Tiger Stadium. Like I'm not.
Shout out ESPN.
There's something about that makes me.
That is weird.
It says
we're not going to get the
6 and 8 start.
Like that's done. You're going to be watching Penn State at 11 o'clock in the morning when that for the Yeah, no, we're not East. No one's East Coast time here.
It says on here. It says on ESPN. It says night between 6 and 8 Eastern start time. So
I think they can like. That is the nice thing. It's like you have ABC, you have ESPN, ESPN2, and SEC Network. So it's like we should pretty much get home night games like every time now.
Any time.
I think that's going to really help us for Ole Miss. Like that sits well with me right now. Sits well with my soul. I was walking the block earlier, and there was this guy. He had like a grill cover that was just completely dusted. Like it hasn't been removed in like 3 years. And it was like ingrained in it, go Penn State, with like this big paw print. I'm like, I'm in foreign territory up here, man. But they got a lot of hype too. Penn State's got a lot of hype going this year.
Fucking I'll pass. I'll just say that. Like I'll pass. Until they can beat.
This is like the most hyped up they've been, and I'm passing on him.
I can't. Like, sure, Michigan might be down, but it's like zero faith that you're ever beating Ohio State. And now I don't know what their schedule is, but I'm assuming now you're going to play one of USC, Oregon, whatever. It's like, I don't see it. Like, James Franklin's the best second like tier coach. Sure, sign me up for that. But it's just like when you start playing with the big dogs, I'm totally out.
You want to play a little GeoGuessr or what?
GeoGuessr talk. GeoGuessr golf talk. I mean, I'm good. Obviously, British Open was kind of sick. Xander ran away with it, unfortunately for us. Mike's trying to share his screen to play some GeoGuessr.
The last LSU Ole Miss
choked.
Xander is the most boring player, but I'll tell you this: after he won the Open, so there was something that changed for me now that I'm like, now that he's getting the trophy, like now that he's at, like Valhalla didn't matter to me. Like him winning that, I was just like, whatever. Like, yes, of course he won this one, but when he pulled away and won the Open, and the way he did, it's like, okay, maybe he's about to be on another run. Like he's always been there. He's always been in the top fives. He's just not a closer. Now he's closing, and he's closing like by a lot. Like
I mean,
margin.
A really impressive final round. But yeah, I mean, one of those dudes that just felt like a guy that was just scooping up cash. Like, no, I'm not going to win, but I'm going to finish T8 every fucking week and come home with $800,000 check, and we'll be just fine. You know, maybe possibly air quotes here complaining about not getting paid for the Ryder Cup team. It's like, yeah, Xander and fucking Cantlay would be the ones. But him and Xander are fucking butt buddies and everything.
They are, but you got to think Cantlay's leading the charge in that.
100%. I don't doubt that. But I'm just saying, from a like fan perspective, I don't give a fuck what the truth is. But like looking at it, he was a guy that like, yeah, sure, win the FedEx Cup. Like I give a fuck about the FedEx Cup. And now that you've gone 2 majors in a year, where another player who like Scheffler, I still would say is the best player on the planet right now, but to win 2 majors in a year where a guy like Scheffler is putting up a Tiger Woods like statistical year is like very impressive, and like validating the shitty half major Valhalla at a like true proper test at the Open is a pretty impressive feat. So it's like I'll commend him for it. But
it's unbelievable. He's got to change his shoes, bro. the black shoes, like there's some.
Is he just like randomly sponsored by Twitter? Like what the fuck?
I don't know what's happening with his sponsors, his outfits. Something needs to change.
You can't buy the clothes he wears. So like, why is this company paying him to exclusively wear? It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't make
sense. He's got blacked out wide shoe Adidas that looks like he's just wearing like he's just stepping in buckets. I don't know. It's weird.
He looks like he plays Callaway more than anyone on tour looks like they play a brand.
Yeah, yeah. He's got to fix his appearance a little bit. I think other than that, like I just like his outfits. They're just in the world of like everything is like trendy and in your face. Xander's just like quiet, mute colors.
What if he comes out like Jason Day next year?
Fucking right. I think that would be awesome.
I think I'd be all in on Xander if he was wearing like bungalow pants and
it's so
like
not
women's
him.
shirts.
Yeah, it's so not him, but it's like something to talk about other than just him, you know, fucking playing whatever it's called, you know,
Tiddlywinks.
Not Tiddlywink, but what is the shot tracer or whatever, the TrackMan golf. That's what it is. Yes. It's just perfect golf. It's like, well, we're just going to fucking bomb it middle of fairway. We're going to stroke it up there, make a long putt and like call it a day. There's nothing exciting about it. There's no like risk. There's no crazy chipping or wild, you know, escapes. It's just like routine golf.
He can putt, like he can fucking putt is one of the big things. But no, I agree. Like I would have said that he was a TrackMan golfer, like no conditions, or he's not going to do well in conditions. And like obviously they played in that this week, or you know, the Open week.
The Open, something changed, and I think that's what opened my eyes, like a little bit more of accepting, like okay, this is kind of tight. Like this is kind of cool that Xander pulled this off because it wasn't just Mickey Mouse golf. Like he played some hard golf and won.
And then, you know, even with Scheffler and Xander, the most impressive golfer this year was Bryson.
Bryson DeChambeau, man, winning the U.S. Open was beautiful for golf. That was like, a breath of fresh air of just like, okay, different.
The best U.S. Open we've had in so long. And just like it wasn't hey, this rough's super thick, so whoever hits it the longest is going to be able to have wedges in. Like he just played better than everyone. That was watching Rory I feel like we potted since then, but
I think we did. Now that I think about it, or maybe we just didn't record and we talked.
Maybe.
I don't know, but I remember because we both discussed his last shot. His bunker shot was like just one of the sickest things I've ever seen. In a clutch moment.
Yeah. I just remember texting the group when Rory made birdie, I think, on like 11 and 12. And I was like, this is going to be one of the worst things we've ever seen. Not even really believing it, just kind of like throwing out the content takes of Twitter in the group chat. And then it just was worse than I could have ever imagined.
It was worse. It was worse. It was bad. And then he stormed off, and we haven't really seen him again.
And then I kind of talked myself into a tiny bit of like, he's just going to go out and fucking win the Open. Like as soon as everyone buried, kind of like how I feel about Dabo. It's like, as soon as everyone finally was like, fuck it, I'm out on Rory, he's going to win by 4. And then he shot like 43 on the opening 9 or something.
Saturday, Dabo versus Kirby. Could see some fireworks.
I'm excited for it, but also I think Georgia's just going to do what Georgia does.
Georgia's good.
But
it's very good.
I don't care to talk about the Bryson Trump video. If you want to talk about it, there's so many hilarious moments we could discuss, but the amount of fucking putts that Bryson just poured in that video is insane. Like I was just like awestruck. Like Trump would like slap one, and he'd be like, goes a little more right than you think. Bryson's like, yeah, whatever, and just kept fucking draining all of these putts. It was so impressive. It was insane.
I only watched a handful of clips from it.
You just spend the 30 minutes and it's so funny. He just like stops. He's like, you see those maple trees over there? It's just like, he's like, oh, what's your top 5 songs? Trump's like, I got the best playlist. Let me show you my playlist. It's just it's like my life growing up, like going to the country club, of seeing the old guys just be like, I have the best playlist. Like it's so funny.
Was the clip of him playing the Mac Miller Donald Trump song, was that real or was that just like a Twitter dub?
No, I think that was just Twitter.
They were actually listening to like Frank Sinatra or something.
Yeah, it was like some random music. And then the whole time I was like, I really wish Bryson would ask this dude, like, who do you find yourself rooting for when you turn on the game? And it didn't really happen, but towards like a minute left in the video, they're in the car and he's like, looks to Bryson. He's like, who I kind of like is Patrick Reed. And it's just like the funniest fucking dude. I swear. I lost it. Like, I almost woke Taylor up because I'm just like watching on my phone, just busted out laughing of him being like, who's got a good head on his shoulders? Patrick Reed. Dude. It was so
Someone had
funny.
to tell
Like,
him to say that.
there's so many of those just like little moments, and like Trump was way better than I thought he was going to be, and
Really?
made some putts, but his putting stroke is
I
like
saw
a
the
hockey
stroke.
slap.
I
It's
saw
so
it.
funny.
But
Like,
somehow it's
Roy
not.
Riggs look like a sniper on the greens. Oh, it
Ooh,
was so
too soon. Too soon.
I don't know. We doing a few minutes of GeoGuessr before we end this thing?
Fucking do it.
I'm gonna be no help, so I'm just gonna pull up my iPad here and see what's going on. But no, I'm telling you, the video is so worth like the 30 minutes or whatever, and like,
What the hell?
You need to upgrade.
Oh no, Mike is just getting rid of everything.
No, I should be able to play this.
Wait, that's how you change it, I think. Go back.
Yeah, go back.
There's, I don't know, hit
challenge.
No,
go hit single player.
Go to where you were right before you
Hit
like
single.
entered the map.
Yeah.
Now what's that now hit United States, and then there's these play settings right above play. No move. What is that stuff?
NHPZ. I don't know what that means.
That's what that might be. That's what I'm saying. And hold on.
What does it say?
GeoGuessr. Give me the letters.
NHP. N as in Nicholas. N, M as in Michael. P as in Pecker. Z as in zebra.
As in Pecker.
NP. Okay. GeoGuessr NPZ meaning no moving, panning, or zooming.
Oh no, that's
we need to
make it harder. Yeah, that's.
I thought maybe we could change settings.
Right, here we go. This is up north somewhere.
Oh, that's Lafayette.
This is like
there's a Dollar General. It could be the South, dude. We got 1 million of them.
This is like, all right, let's see.
What kind of gas station is that? Conoco?
Wait, Texas flag, Texas.
Oh,
boom!
Where's Texas?
Is where you click on the map. Is that how you get the points?
Yeah, it's like a distance from the click.
See, we gotta find the state. We gotta find the state thing. Yeah, but still get a lot of points. We still got it right.
I don't like these neighborhoods, man. This is stupid.
It's tough. You just got to get out of the neighborhood.
What does that say? Hold on. I see. Oh, it's not letting me do it.
Wait, is that
Fellowship Baptist? Baptist? Does that say Baptist? Yeah. Okay, so we're in the South.
Oh, we're stuck.
Are we in a parking lot? Get out of here.
Jesus.
Fellowship Baptist Church.
Oh, Jesus.
Those are old houses.
Wait, is that a Black Lives Matter flag?
No. What's the shape of the houses? License plate not in the front.
Is this a
dead end? Of course they would drop me at a dead end. I saw a basketball court.
What does that say? This might be.
I'm trying to I've got Bud Light.
Bud Light. Okay,
so
liberal
this is
state.
more
Sherman. Oh shit. State Beyond. What we got over there? We got anything? We have 30 seconds, guys. We need a guess.
I'm trying to look up. I'm trying to figure out what the game mode is.
Parsley's Pub. Oh boy, I feel like this might be
going. Keep going. We got a little bit of time.
Kentucky.
Yeah, I could see more Midwestern. Check out that boat. See if there's a. Do they blur the license plate on the boats?
Oh, we got 8 seconds.
Wait, turn around to the boat. Turn around to the boat.
I got to make a pick.
Oh shit!
I'm going Kentucky.
Damn it!
Oh, fucking Baltimore.
No, I was gonna say if you can see if you know how the boat has the initials of the state in the thing.
I had no time.
Yeah, no.
It was still
dude, this is Mandeville. This might be Texas.
Why are they dropping us in fucking neighborhoods?
Yeah, dude, it makes it harder.
This game
What is
sucks.
that?
Whoa. That was a Charger?
Oh, this is Alabama.
I got
This is
recruiting.
Let's see something. It's Texas.
Oh, with the tags in the front?
Yeah.
That's funny. I did say Texas. We can rewind.
Nice houses. I think that's closer to Dallas. Yeah.
59 miles. Wow.
Palm trees. This is Florida.
Yeah, palms and pines.
Yep. Got a cultural worker. Let's see.
Golf course.
Golf course.
Oh yeah, banana tree. This is definitely Florida.
It could be. Let's get in this neighborhood. Let's go to that golf course.
Westchester. Where's Westchester?
Wait. There's an American flag.
That's the Spanish.
This has South Carolina vibes.
The street does.
Another palm tree. I'm telling you, this got to be Florida.
You want to go Florida? I like that.
But like it, not the Panhandle. Yeah, it's more like Orlando-ish or Tampa.
Boom.
Oh.
Clearwater. Yeah. Tampa. Nice guess. Oh, this is up north.
Oh, Howell Street. I know that one. This is West Virginia.
Dude, I'm gonna have to go buy this game.
All right, you gotta get out of here. Dude, get out of the fucking neighborhoods. Dead end.
Dead end. Don't go that way.
Let's get the street. Come on, Jerry. Get to a
I can't
street.
find anything on like the different game modes.
Yeah, I want to be able to click the state. All right, here we go. Which direction? Ooh, let's go up here. We're up a hill. Old houses.
Little hilly.
This is tough. Neighborhood watch. Okay.
This could be like this is like West Virginia or like Virginia or
Ohio.
Kentucky or something like that.
What is this?
Oh, what is that? Over there.
Putnam. Pitt. What's that? What is that word? PEJ?
Zoom in more.
Prejuvery Park.
Prejuvery. What is that? What type of word is that?
What's on that big building? What's that? American flag.
Junk raft. So there's water.
I
Arctic.
think it's a movie theater or something.
What is that? Putnam. Oh shit.
So it sounds crazy, but I think possibly the game mode you need to click is Country Streak, and then maybe try to limit it to United States.
Okay.
I think it's the only other thing.
I think this is the
find.
last one. Take a guess. I'm going to say more closer to like Virginia's or something.
Illinois. Okay.
That did not
Try.
seem.
It's literally the only thing I can find. So if you want to try that.
It's not bad.
What about more maps?
Well, I mean,
That's
I think
probably
that
gonna
would
go
just
to
be more
country.
countries and stuff, right?
Yeah. Wait, you said to go to United States?
There's a game mode called Country Streak.
Oh.
And then I don't know, maybe you could like limit that to US. I don't know.
I see. Yeah, go back.
Go to like
Is it under? What about classic
Party?
maps? Were you
Classic.
doing?
I was in classic maps.
Or what does single player do?
It takes you
It's
to like
different.
stupid shit.
Oh, wow.
That's Mike's creative character.
New York.
Oh, geez. Okay, yeah, get out of this.
Yeah,
Oh shit, we're making. Is that Ethereum?
That's real shit. No, I think Classic Maps is all.
Wait. Go back.
No, that's.
Oh, yeah. See what that does. Country
US
Streak.
US State Street.
US State Street. That's exactly what it is.
I love the internet.
That's exactly what it is. Let's go.
I love that.
This is where Jersey Jerry kept ended up.
I like this.
Places like this. Holy crap!
Look at this.
I legitimately think this is the very first one Jerry got. Whenever I was watching the stream,
this has got to be like Iowa or like
Iowa doesn't have mountains.
Nebraska or Illinois. Somewhere's up there.
I swear,
Midwest with some hills.
I'm gonna pull up Jerry's stream now because I'm almost.
I know it looks like it. It looks like the one he selected for Maine.
God, bring me to YouTube. Jesus Christ, guys.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this is.
I hate the internet.
No, Maine doesn't have farms like that, huh?
Yeah, they do. But I don't think it's Maine though. All right, we gotta.
I think it could be. There's a sign.
We're not getting a lot of.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to go off of. We got to guess off a landscape here.
Which is
crop? Which crop is that?
That's just grass.
Those are silos, so it's.
Yeah. That's a good call. They haven't used in a while. I don't think there's anything down the street.
This is New Mexico.
No.
I know it's not Louisiana, right?
No.
Or is this Farmerville?
All right, what does this guy got in his yard?
Do you think this game randomizes the drop off points, or do you think that that was a predetermined drop off by the creators of this game?
This certainly looks different than the settings we were just playing.
12 seconds. My guess would be like Iowa or something.
I'm gonna go Illinois. Oh, New York.
Damn.
I didn't even answer.
Damn.
We can't leave the stream until we get 10 in a row correct.
Can I keep going? Oh, here
do we get a lifeline?
Ooh,
look at this.
This looks westy now.
It could be like Seattle.
A lot of greenery.
Yeah, look at those trees. This is potentially Washington.
He's wearing a helmet.
Well, this is definitely Washington then.
Following the rules. What do we got here?
Front license plates.
Interstate 5.
What is it?
All right.
Okay,
so
they go. That's north to south. Yeah, dude, that could be.
This might be California.
It should be the West Coast for sure.
I'm thinking West Coast.
Definitely. But see those not those trees.
It doesn't look clean enough for Washington, though.
Go down.
Good Shepherd, Huntsville. I don't know what that says.
Go. Keep going that way. You see those trees like on the left, they're like tucked back.
It's Oregon.
Like those trees. See the big tall Christmas looking trees?
Yeah.
That's what makes me think it could be Oregon too. Is this a dispensary?
Wallingford. Wallingford sounds East Coast.
Do they have those trees on the East Coast?
Oh yeah.
I mean, Interstate 5 goes from California to Washington, so
yeah, that's true.
We got graffiti. Let's what are we saying here? We're going Washington?
My guess is Washington, but
I like it. Let's go.
All right, 9 more to go and we can go to bed.
Oh, they dropped me in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Wait. That could be that's like Tennessee
Stonehenge.
or like Chattanooga-ish or something. Or Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri's. I like.
I've
Missouri.
driven through parts of Missouri that look like that, and Tennessee.
Tennessee would
Tennessee would be way more hilly than this.
Yeah.
Is that a lobster trap?
Yep. Yeah. In that
It's
what
always
helped
the lobster trap.
Oh, there's a bunch of signs there. Let's see, is Lamar on the billboard? There's
Isaiah.
Boots.
833.
Isaiah House. That's Jewish.
Who would 833 be? Isaiah? Is that the Amish?
All right, we got
What
a
is this?
Subway.
What does that sign say? Turn around. Turn around.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Aioli County.
Boyle County, Aioli.
It's Dollar General.
Well, yeah, zoom in on those signs right there.
East 135. Fucking truck.
What are they doing out?
Everywhere I move. Everywhere I move.
They're driving side by side.
Oh, I need to get in.
There's a Dollar General definitely in the southern hemisphere.
I like Missouri.
Get to the other side of the interstate. Can you cross over?
Yeah, let me get over here.
Oh.
Is this another biblical sign? Wait.
Want to go?
Let's go here.
Yeah, I would have said. I was going to say we got to pick. We got to go Bible
right.
Belt here.
One more, and I have to run.
I'll play this all night, Mike.
Fucking look at where they dropped.
This is like Lloyd.
I mean, just take a guess. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
Lloyd
even
took
waste.
dumb right there.
Take a guess and put Texas or some shit here. I mean,
Yeah,
West
I guess-
Texas.
No,
I guess Harry was the one taking the dump.
this is fucking Nebraska.
Dude, you just guess. I mean, and do the next one. This is going to lead us to nowhere. Damn, they really put us in
Kansas,
the middle of
Nebraska.
Colorado.
This game's rigged.
That was the one that fucked him when he
That
had
was
4
where
last
Lloyd and Harry were.
Yeah, that's we should have known.
Wisteria.
Little place
That's
called
Wisteria.
that's in Baton Rouge. It's a neighborhood I used to manage. It's an HOA.
Changing. Horses.
I really would love for them to go to Louisiana, and we fucking miss it.
I haven't seen a Louisiana one yet.
Brett said there was one in Baton Rouge. I didn't see that clip. I didn't watch.
Yeah,
the
they
whole
were
thing.
on the Acadian exit or something like that. I
Oh,
was
like
half
on
watching.
I-10?
I think so. Yeah, I think in that like TJ Ribs area.
281. Texas.
Oh, Texas.
That's got to be Texas. Arkansas. What the fuck?
They're at Texas. I think this is more south.
It
I
doesn't
don't think
matter.
you have to pick the. You just pick
Oh,
the
that's
state.
right. Yeah. All right, boys.
Dang, dude, I'm gonna have to get this game. Are we still recording?
Oh yeah.
Are we? All right, guys. Over.
All right, I got like 2 hours of recruiting to do. I gotta run back another national championship. We gotta go back to
I'm
back.
supposed to be going visit Seth maybe on Saturday, so
I would recommend. Michael and I talked about this. I would recommend just not getting the game.
It's hard as shit, dude.
It's hard.
wait,
I was
did
brought
did
up-
talk to Chris today?
I bought him an Xbox.
Did he get
The
it?
guy.
Yeah, he got it.
What did he say?
He's like, "Are you fucking kidding?" He was excited about it. He was pumped. So I talked him into buying the game, and he bought it all, and then found out he doesn't have the right console, and I was like, "Fuck, I feel bad." And so I surprised him with a gift and had him the Series S delivered.
What a guy.
It was off of Facebook Marketplace. so-
But Grant did confirm he's got one gifted to him already. So
we
it
couldn't
wasn't-
we couldn't be buying two like that.
I'm
I wanted
hoping
us all to be able to play, man. It's a fun
hoping
time.
on Saturday we'll figure it out.
No, it's fun. It's frustrating. Like I told Michael, it's more of like a football simulation than like a football video game. Like the fucking like the hook defender is gonna dominate you, or like the safeties are gonna make plays. It's like you can't just like, oh, I'm just gonna throw it. I'm just gonna throw it, and like worst case, it's incomplete. Like if you throw a bad ball in coverage, it's just getting housed.
The biggest like just everyone thinking, including myself, like, oh, I don't know, it's the Madden platform. Like this is gonna be just like Madden. Furthest thing from it. This is
it's fun,
but it's hard as shit.
I'll get there. I had to let the bugs work themselves out first.
Dude, you did the right thing though, because now you can get all the tutorial videos. Now you figure it all out.
You did the right thing.
Now you can jump in. All right, guys, it was fun catching up. We'll be back next week.